he does not know when he's going to have a bowel movement. So he does wear a diaper for that, and he is incontinent for that. He is able to feed himself.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
The committee on parole is reconvening. Our next remote location is Louisiana State Penitentiary. With the staff at Louisiana State Penitentiary, introduce yourself.
Deputy Warden Tracy Falgoon.
Reginald Lamoureux, classification.
Taylor Graduate Classification. Carmen Shipley, Offender Records.
Cynthia Park, nurse practitioner.
Tanya Faust, Hospice.
The last name?
Tanya Faust, Hospice.
Right. Our first case today is Corey Coleman. Corey is a medical treatment furlough. And Ms. Parks, can he introduce himself?
Yes, sir, he can.
How you doing? How you doing?
Okay, Mr. Coleman, would you please introduce yourself and give your Department of Corrections ID?
How you doing? I'm Corey Coleman. My ID number is 713-358.
Thank you, Mr. Coleman. We're here today for a medical treatment furlough. Let me explain the process. I will read some information into the record. Once that information is in the record, we'll conduct a parole interview with you. At the appropriate time, we'll give nurse practitioner Parks time to explain the circumstances under the request, and then I will give you a chance to make a statement, and then we will vote and give you our decision, okay?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Mr. Corey Coleman, you are a third felony offender. Your offenses are illegal possession of stolen things, possession of marijuana, possession of cocaine, possession of a firearm by a person of certain felonies, and illegal possession of a weapon with controlled substances. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Your parole date is not determined. It's probably going to be determined by the Committee on Parole, and your adjusted good time date is March 20th, 2024, and your full term date June 20th, 2027. Does all that information sound correct?
Yes, sir.
Your case has been assigned to Mr. Freeman. Mr. Freeman.
Good morning, Mr. Coleman.
How you doing? Good morning.
I'm doing good. How old are you?
I'm 33 years old,
And what's your education level?
11th grade.
Okay, have you ever gotten your GED?
No, sir.
Okay. And how long have you served on this 5-year sentence?
I think I was 19 months.
I got a little bit longer than that. Okay. Ms. Parks, can you please state for me his medical condition and whether he could take care of himself? Totally.
Yes, sir. So Mr. Coleman, he has had a disease that's been diagnosed since about 2014. It's called Devick's disease, and it's a very rare disease. It's a disease in which your own immune system, it attacks your spinal cord and damages your spinal cord. And in some cases, it can actually affect your vision. Corey does not have any vision problems. But he initially came to Angola probably about 6 months ago, when this disease that it becomes periods where he relapses and he goes into remission. So he had had a relapse and he had had a lengthy hospitalization. And what the disease does, it actually makes it very difficult. His legs are essentially paralyzed. He does not move them very well. He has improved some of his upper arm movements. His left hand, he can move it. His right hand, he is not able to close it all the way. He does have a neurogenic bladder, which means he can't urinate. For a while, we had a Foley catheter in, but we have changed that out. So now that he is doing in and out catheterizations where he puts a catheter in using his good hand 5 or 6 times a day to drain his bladder. He also has a neurogenic, he does not know when he's going to have a bowel movement. So he does wear a diaper for that and he is incontinent for that. He is able to feed himself, but he needs assistance with bathing, turning, dressing, getting out of bed. He does every 6 months, he receives an immunotherapy, which is an IV to try to boost his immune system. So hopefully he doesn't have so many periods where he goes into, he relapses. He's been doing physical therapy, but since he had this in last episode in February, his improvement's been very, very minimal.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Okay, and we do have confirmation from Villa, they will accept him.
Yes, sir, we do.
I have a recommendation at the proper time, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Freeman. Ms. Jackson, you first?
No.
Ms. Parks, you have the hospice staff president. Is there anything they would like to say?
No, sir, I'm just here, was just gonna let y'all know that Villa has accepted him. So we do have a residency for him, if accepted.
Thank you, ma'am. Mr. Coleman, would you like to make a brief statement?
I'm just thankful that y'all give me a chance, you know.
Thank you, Mr. Coleman. Is the panel ready to vote? Mr. Freeman?
Okay, due to the testimony of Ms. Parks and the medical condition of Mr. Coleman, my vote is to grant the medical furlough to Villa. Any notable improvement where he take care of himself, we're to be instructed and he would be returned to serve the remainder of his sentence.
Thank you, Mr. Freeman. Ms. Jackson?
My vote is the same for the same reason.
Thank you, Ms. Jackson. My vote is the same for the same reasons. Mr. Coleman, your medical treatment furlough has been granted. You have a good day.
Thank you so much, eh?
Thank you, Ms. Parks.